This podcast is part of the Robots Radio Rocket Club, a program designed to help all podcasts reach their full potential. For information about joining the Robots Radio Rocket Club, check out robotsradio.net.
Welcome to the Gundam Lorecast, where we take a deep dive into the Mobile Suit Gundam series, such as the multiple timelines, mobile suits, characters, and so much more. Welcome back, pilots, to another episode of the Gundam Lorecast. I am one of your hosts, Brandon, or also known as Ben of Temeria, and always with me is my good friend and fellow pilot, Jesse.
What's going on?
It's going. You know, us here right now, after the release of Gundam Breaker 4 and playing nothing but Gundam Breaker 4, it's fantastic. I love it.
It's so much fun.
It's great. The amount of customization there is in this game and the amount of original designs you can make is insane and great. I love it. And the story is actually really good.
The story is like fantastic.
It's hysterical. It's like they definitely took inspiration from the Gundam Build series, specifically the Diver series. I can tell from from playing the game, there's a lot of inspiration from Divers. If you haven't watched Divers, I do recommend go and watch it. If you're playing GB4, because there's going to be a lot of similarities story-wise that you'll see, and it's really good to see. I like it. I like what they did.
Have you seen in the lobby some of like the ridiculous mobile suits?
Oh,
that people
absolutely. And I'm going to say it now. I am so excited and happy that G Gundam got so much more love in this game.
Oh, it got so much.
They added Bolt Gundam. I'm still waiting to know if they added Gundam Maxim to where they have all the Shuffle Alliance. I don't know if they did or not, because that's the only mobile suit from the Shuffle Alliance they don't have. They have Fuunsaiki of all freaking mobile suits. Fuunsaiki's a horse.
It's fantastic.
It's a horse.
It's so great.
And you can have horse legs.
You can play as the ball.
Oh, they've always had the ball.
It's just great.
But like Fuunsaiki, they've never had Fuunsaiki as a mobile suit that you can use. And it's great. So you could make the Barbatoros from the battle log. If you really wanted to, if it's not already in the game. I don't know. I haven't beaten the story yet, so there's still mobile suits to unlock. So,
looking at some of the ridiculous things, I saw yesterday somebody's mobile suit was a tricolor Dongo.
Yes, and I saw that too, because they were one of the winners for one of the new one of the event galleries that just started.
I saw that one, and one where they had literally turned it into a shark.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. But yeah, the amount of mobile suits in the game, and oh god, it's so fun. But we're not here to just talk about GB4. We are here we're still in our Season 1, What is Gundam? And today we are going over mobile suits. So what are mobile suits? So, mobile suits, or MS, are the most popular and most numerous type of mobile weapon. They are humanoid combat vehicles, typically employing 2 arms to deploy weapons and 2 legs for propulsion, and a head that acts as a main camera, and sometimes houses a secondary weapon and acts as a rotating turret with the head itself providing the rotation. Typically speaking, a mobile suit is approximately 60 feet in height, with a cockpit located in the unit's torso. However, exceptions are not uncommon. Units that are much larger or slightly smaller are not unheard of, and occasionally the cockpit is located in the head, or semi-rare cases in the crotch as well. I don't know a mobile suit where it's in the crotch on the top of my head.
I can't think of one where that is.
I don't know with that one per se. Now the head, yes, that's like Psycho Gundam. The Psycho Gundam cockpit is in the head. So the name mobile suit is to believe a combination in the terms mobile infantry and a powered armor suit from Robert A. Heinlein book, Starship Troopers. Believe it or not, different terms
That's
exist
funny.
to differentiate mobile suits from originally spacesuits used to protect individuals in vacuum. For an example, Universal Century makes reference to normal suits or pilot suits, while After Colony uses the term astro suit. This is the suit that they wear while in the cockpit or
Right.
while they're in space. That's
Yeah.
pretty much it. Generally, most of them use normal suits or pilot suits as the term.
Right.
After Colony, which is Gundam Wing,
Yep.
yeah, uses Astro Suit, which is they were just fancy. That's all it is. Though the exact development process behind the creation of mobile suits varies by timeline, they are generally used for their versatility and many models being unusable in a wider variety of environments, from inside space colonies to open space, across all parts of Earth, and even occasionally underwater or in mid-air. True, which we see a lot of that,
Right.
mainly in space, but still a lot.
Yeah.
Mobile suits are typically deployed in a fashion similar to modern-day tanks or aircraft, working in groups. They often organized into teams consisting of 3 or 5 units, though larger formations and major battles are not unknown. Typically, teams are homogeneous, consisting of a single unit type, but may sometimes be comprised of complementing unit
Implementing.
types, such as close range unit type with a fire support unit type. The latter is most common teams with the high performance units and experienced pilots. I can't talk today. I already did one podcast today. I'm like already tired. What the heck?
It happens.
So, the first timeline of mobile suits we'll dive into here is the Universal Century mobile suits. So in Universal Century, the phrase mobile suit, or MS for short, is an acronym for Mobile Space Utility Instrumental Tactical. While the definition, since been officially endorsed by Sunrise, is a backrom for that originated from a semi-official guidebook called Gundam Century. Yeah,
So essentially, it's an acronym for it, but it's only an acronym after something that later came up with it.
pretty much, yes.
Makes
In the
sense.
Universal timeline, the two main technological advancements led to the creation of the mobile suit: the APAC, Active Mass Balance Auto Control technology, and the Minaski particle. The original AMBAC prototype only had 2 large limbs instead of the 4 that later suits would have, but moving those limbs allowed its near thrusterless maneuverability in space by changing its center of mass. This led to revolution in space warfare tactics. Another revolution which followed the development of the type of nuclear fusion reactor designed by Dr. T.Y. Minaski. Yeah. And things he does a lot of things in the original
Yeah.
Mobile Suit Gundam series. He's the whole
And
reason why things exist and why things went bad sideways.
and if you pay attention to the other things in the UC, it gets brought up a lot.
Yes, the Minaski particle is all over the place. So, not only could this nuclear reactor be shrunk down to the size of a correlate of refrigerators, but it also produced a unique subatomic particle called the Minaski particle. These particles could block out certain types of radiation, including radar and radio signals. This would hamper space combat over large distances and force modern combat back down to the visual range. The first prototype mobile suit that would be the MS-01, while the first mass-produced model would be the MS-05 Zaku-1. The most famous mobile suit in the second prototype model, RX-78-2 Gundam, piloted by Amuro Ray in the first series, Mobile Suit Gundam. Yeah.
It's a Gundam.
It's a Gundam! Yeah, it's great. And no, I did not record that line. That'd have been great, though. Yeah, so the Minaski particle is a huge, huge thing in the original Mobile Suit Gundam. If you watch the original series, you will hear it on a regular basis. There's so many
Yeah.
masky particles in the air. We can't get radio contact.
They
Blah,
bring
blah,
it up a
blah.
lot in Thunderbolt too.
Oh, do they?
At least the first part of it, like the space portion of it, they do.
Yeah, I figured that. Moving on, we do have after war mobile suits. So, in 1996, after war Gundam X mobile suits were the main weapons of both the United Nations Earth and the Space Revolutionary Army. After the Seventh Space War ended in a massive colony drop, dun dun dun, go figure, because that's what they do, which brought the Earth to a post apocalyptic state. A large number of these mobile suits remain on Earth, and many are taken by civilians for personal use. These include powerful Gundam-type mobile suits used by the UNE during the Seventh Space War, which are rare and highly valued machines. In addition, new mobile suit weapon models continue to be developed by the Space Revolutionary Army and the newly founded New United Nations Earth. And this is the series where, Gundam X, Gundam DX, Gundam Crossbones, it's its own unique thing, if I recall.
It is.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, right now it's only a manga.
Yeah. It's based off the X, which is where After War is where Gundam X is. But it's based off the X, but it's its own unique thing. Fun fact, Gundam X1 is in GB4, which I know is Jesse's favorite. Second favorite.
Crossbone X, yeah. Crossbone
Okay,
X1. That's the head on my suit.
Is it? Do you have the ABC cloak on it or no?
Yep.
Oh, you do?
It's useful. It so you can use it for an OP skill that it's a passive OP skill that lessens beam damage.
Ooh. That's
So
nice.
it is a
Now,
useful one.
does it flow? Like,
Yes.
oh, does it really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually really
It's
nice.
fantastic.
Crap, I haven't messed with the ABC cloak. I haven't messed with it yet. But yeah, Gundam X is good. My mobile suit in GP4 is based off its base is Gundam X, with parts from Destiny, Freedom. And then I also,
Nice.
because of the awesome, amazing optional parts, builder parts in the game, with the amount of builder parts in this game compared to previous games, because they have Gundam Helios, you can add satellite cannons to your backpack.
Yep.
Guess what I did? I added 2 satellite cannons to my backpack on top of the cannons that are already in the Gundam Freedom's wings.
Yeah, I don't remember which backpack I have, but I added into it the solar reactor so I can have the Trans Am from Double O.
Yeah, I
And
also added Trans Am in my mobile suit as well. You can't
and
see
then
the reactor. I hid it
yeah.
in the backpack, so you can't
I
physically
put
see
it in the backpack so you can see it, but it looks like it's part of it.
Oh, smart.
And then I added funnels to the legs,
Ooh.
which are fun.
Ooh, wow, I need to look at this mobile suit when we get a chance. All right, but moving on, we have the After Colony mobile suits. So, in 1995's new mobile suit report Gundam W, or Gundam Wing, which, by the way, it throws me off when I hear new mobile report.
It's so many words.
New mobile report, like mobile
Yeah.
report, what? This is weird. Which is the first mobile suit, which was the OZ-00MS Tall Geese, a high-powered prototype unit built in After Colony 170. This prototype unit was considered too powerful for mass production and for most pilots to handle, and the later redesigned into the more average performing mass production, the 0006MS Leo. The researchers who worked on the Tall Geese had then defected the space colonies, designing a mobile suit that would outperform the Tall Geese in all levels, the Wing Gundam Zero. However, the project
is such a beautiful suit.
Oh yeah, the Wing Gundam Zero is great. It's sweet. However, the project was canned not only because of the deemed too powerful due to its twin buster rifle, which at full power could destroy a colony, but due to its operating system, codenamed the Zero System, which could turn a pilot into the perfect pilot by sampling their thoughts into giving the visions of possible outcomes. It would, however, decrease mental stability, making the pilot insane, and only a truly skilled pilot could handle the system. Yeah.
AKA Hero.
AKA Hero. Yes. He's the only one that hasn't gone insane from the system. Everyone else has. So the 5 scientists believe the type of power the Wing Zero wasn't necessarily to attain peace, with each taking a copy of the plans of the Wing Zero. Each of the researchers fled to a different colony and developed each of the 5 Gundam Zoops independently that were based on the plans. The Wing Gundam, Death Scythe, Heavy Arms, Zasanarok, and Shenlong, which are the 5 boy band mobile suits.
Yep.
Because it's literally pretty boy band. That's the series.
Welcome to J-pop.
Pretty much, right? Oh my god. And then another line of mobile suit in the After Colony era is the G Unit, developed at the MOV. The G Unit was based on information gathered from the first 5 Gundams. G Unit Gundams took like basic mobile suits when compared to original 5 Gundams, but this makes them much more versatile. A G Unit Gundam are also able to be equipped with additional parts to improve their performance. Another feature is the applied G Unit Gundams in the PX system. And the PX system increases the machine's performance and also forces the pilot's brain to have hormones produced, namely epinephrine and adrenaline, to increase his or her pilot combat ability. Since it puts stress on both the MS and the brain, the PX system can only be used in a short time. About 65 seconds was the max for Odin's PX system before damage can be done. The first G-Unit Gundams are the OZX GU-01A Gundam Ginamas 01, and then the OZX GU-02A Gundam Ginamas 02. The term mobile suit in the After Colony era is a backronym standing for manipulatable order build and industrial labor extended suit. Say that 5 times fast.
Right. PX, that's the side story, isn't it?
Which one?
All the PX system stuff, the G units and everything, aren't they from the side story?
I believe so. Let me see here. Yes, it's from the manga series. Yep, it's only in the manga series for this guy, for the PX versions. It does make a cameo in Gundam Build Fighters Try, like most other mobile suits in the entire series, because the Build Fighter stuff, there's cameos left and right in that series.
Yeah, that's fair.
Left and right. All right, moving on to the Cosmic Era of mobile suits. So in the Cosmic Era timeline, which is the Gundam Seed timeline, the first mobile suit, the YMF-01B Proto Jin, was rolled out in CE 65, while the first production type mobile suit, the ZAF's ZGMF 1017 Jin, entered the production 2 years later. The Earth Alliance began mobile suit development in CE 69 with the G project, and development accumulates with the rollout of 5 Gundam prototypes on January 20th, CE 71, which is the Strike, Buster, Duel, Aegis, and Blitz. Correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
So the first Earth Alliance mass production mobile suit, the GAT-01 Strike Dagger, rolls out late in the year Late in the war, just before the Battle of Porta Panama, amongst the mobile suits deployed at ZAFs included quadrupled animal-like ones, such as the TMF-A 802 BQ. Thus, the Cosmic Era in the first timeline with official animalistic design. So, this is the first time we actually get a animalistic mobile suit. Which is... Yeah, because Seed was Seed before G Gundam? I didn't think it was.
It's definitely not.
I didn't think so.
Because Seed is one of the newer ones,
Well,
like the
here.
2000s ones, as opposed to G is one of the older ones, especially when you look at the animation.
Yeah, Seed 2003. Yeah, that's not right because G Gundam had an animalistic ones, and that was in the
A lot of
90s.
them. A lot
So
of
they
them.
had a lot of them.
Mammoth Gundam.
Mammoth Gundam, Funsaiki, which is a freaking horse for crying out loud. Anyway, the Earth Alliance's G project was aided by the Molenrot Incorporated, or Morgan Road, Morgan Road Incorporated, a semi-nationalized munitions company based in the neutral country Orb Union. The company, however, had an ulterior motive. It wanted to steal the technology behind the machines so they could use the produced mobile suit to protect Orb against the Alliance and Zaft. The company was somewhat successful, had managed to attain the technological designs of the Alliance beam weapons, beam saber, beam rifle, etc., but not the secrets behind the phase shift armor. Which the phase shift armor is really cool because it deflects
Mhm.
pretty much any like standard weaponry.
Yeah.
So like standard swords and knives and stuff like that. So the company then started mobile suit development of its own, codenamed Astray. 5 prototypes were designed: the MBF P01 Gundam Astray Gold Frame, the MBF P02 Gundam Astray Red Frame, the MBF P03 Gundam Astray Blue Frame, and the MBF P04 Gundam Astray Green Frame, and the fifth unit. And a fifth unit, which we don't have a fifth. We don't know what the fifth unit was. Data from the development of these mobile suits were simultaneously used to create Orb's mass production mobile suits, the MBF M1 M1 Astray back on Earth.
So I was actually looking that up. We do
Do we
not
have the
see it
fifth?
in the anime,
The Astray?
but the fifth one.
Okay, I didn't think so.
We do not see it in the anime,
Well, I don't think we see.
but
We see the M1 Astray in the anime. Do we see the others,
well, I don't know if
or are
which
they?
ones are actually in
Because
the anime, but
the M1 Astray is definitely in the anime. That one I know for a fact it
the
is.
fifth unit that
Um,
we don't
I
see at
think.
all in
No,
the
wait.
anime is a manga one called the Mirage Frame.
Is this the one that's in the anime? Yeah, this was in Seed and Seed Destiny, the M1 Astray. The gold frame, I believe, was only in the manga. Yeah, that one's only in the manga. Yeah, Mobile Suit Gundam Seed Astray, because they had Mobile Suit Gundam Seed had their own specific manga called Astray, which
Right.
they had all these mobile suits in. Yeah, the red frame is also in Astray. I believe all the other Astrays. Yeah,
In
the
Versus Stray,
blue.
the fifth one is the Gundam Astray Mirage Frame, which is like purple, pink and
Oh,
purple.
okay. So yeah, we see the one we see in the anime is the M1 Astray, which is the mass-produced one.
Right.
All the standardized specialized units we see specifically in the Astray manga. Or you can use them in GB4 because all of them are in
I'll admit
GB4.
the Stray ones are really cool looking.
Astray is really, I love the Astray suit. Red frame's probably my favorite because you use samurai swords. It's
Hmm.
great. Though the green frame is also really cool because you have a axe beam rifle and then it turns into a twin blade axe.
It's fantastic.
It's great. So
Ridiculous, but it's great.
oh yeah. Post-war MS development continues apace on both sides, with the Alliance developing the GAT-02L2 Dagger L, and then the more advanced GAT-04 Wyndham, while ZAP developed the ZGMF-601R Guzar R, which is a really weird mobile suit, I will say. Followed by the Zaku lines and the ZGMF 2000 Goof Ignited. Yes, you heard that right. Zaku's and Goofs who are reintroduced into the series into another mobile suit timeline that's not the UC.
So ridiculous.
Both sides heavily utilized striker pack technology after the war, which allowed a single mobile suit to fulfill multiple roles. In addition, ZAF created a new generation of transforming mobile suits, capable of transforming between all-purpose mobile suit form and an environment-specific mobile armor form. So, yeah. And in Gundam Seed of Freedom, the film, they did a new mobile suit called the Justice Zegok. And it's the Justice Gundam inside of a Zegok body.
So ridiculous. I love
It's
just
ridiculous, but it's freaking. It looks so. It's the Gunpla kit they just announced for it is ridiculous because inside is a fake body of the Justice Gundam and its head. That's the one of its horns. Justice Gundam's like horn sticks out of the Zegok.
Good lord.
Actually, I think I can pull it up here. If I update this, maybe I might be able to find it. Yeah, here it is. Oh no, I just want to see the picture of the Zegok. It even has a striker pack on the back, which is hysterical. So,
fantastic.
Yeah, go check that out. It's fun. It's cool. But yeah. But with that being said, we're going to take a quick mid break. Thank all of our listeners, and we will be right back.
It's a Gundam!
All right, welcome to the mid break of the show where we talk about thank all of our listeners. Thank you everybody who is supporting and listening to the show. And if you want to support the show, there's a way you can do that by going to Apple and Spotify. If you leave a 5-star review on Apple with some words, we'll read it out loud the next time on the show, as well as a nice Spotify comment. And we actually do have our first review.
Hey.
5-star, a podcast near and dear to my heart. Having worked with Brandon, so by Graphics Geek, by the way. Thank you, Graphics Geek. Let me know who you are, because I don't know. Having worked with Brandon, I know that their passion for a subject knows no equal. Being a longtime Gundam fan with ADHD, I have a hard time keeping everything straight. This podcast is going to be great in helping me get back on track. I am looking forward to future episodes. Thank you, Graphics Geek. I have a feeling I might know who this is, but let me know otherwise, because I don't know usernames.
And trust me, as another person struggling to keep things straight with the ADHD in this, I'm here to help as much as I can.
Right. Thank you, Jesse. And thank you for that awesome review. And if you want to support the show, write a review just like our Graphics Geek. Thank you so much. And you can go and find us on a few different Discord servers, the Robots Radio Discord on robotsradio.net, as well as my own Discord server, the Ben and Friends Podcasting Discord, which are links provided in the episode description below. And awesome news. Actually, I think I'll save this news when we get back into the episode, actually. It deals with the GB4, but we got awesome news with the GB4 recently. And I don't know if you know about it.
I saw some.
You saw some? All right. Well,
yes,
let's get back into more mobile suits and GP4 news. All right. We're back. And now, before we get into more mobile suits, we have some GP4 news. And that is because the amount of success and awesome feedback that GB4 has been getting, we're getting 2 unplanned mobile suits added into the game for free, which is the oh
I remember
shoot,
one. One is Caliban.
one's Caliban and the other is the Freedom. So it's the new Freedom mobile suit from Seed Freedom.
Yeah, but I don't remember what it is.
Oh god, I have to look this up. Why do I have to look this up? Da, 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 da. You know what? I probably should just go on my Twitter because it's on my Twitter.
That is fair.
You gotta go to the good old Twitter, everybody. Even though it's not the greatest place to be anymore, at least it has good
We
info
don't
for
talk
your
about that.
fandoms. Yes, here we go. So Gundam Info, if you go to their Twitter account, you can go and subscribe to them and you get all the latest Gundam news. I would highly recommend doing that if you are a Gundam fan.
For sure.
So in response to the incredible support GB4 has received so far, we are creating previously unplanned Gunpla to release free in a post-launch update from Seed Freedom and the Witch from Mercury, the Mighty Strike Freedom Gundam, and Gundam Caliban. Caliburn or Calibarn?
I don't know.
It's AN. So, and yes, they are going to be added free
Exciting.
in a post-launched update. So,
And from their promotional picture, it looks like we're gonna get 2 versions of Caliban,
yes.
which is cool.
Yeah, I love when they do different, like one Gunpla set is multiple versions of a Gunpla. I love it.
Yes.
It's great. I'm super super excited for this stuff. Like I'm just so happy GB4 is Gundam is getting the love it deserves
Oh yeah.
and having an actual good Gundam Breaker game come out, which we don't talk about the last one that was released on
I don't know what you're talking
console.
about.
I'm
Doesn't exist.
talking about on console. And so the last one released, that was technically New Gundam Breaker, which was really good, which probably sparked the interest again for Gundam Breaker. Thank you God for a gotcha game. Normally I wouldn't say that, but that gotcha game
Yeah.
probably was the whole reason why Gundam Breaker 4 exists. So getting back to mobile suits, we now are going into the correct century mobile suit. So in the 1990s, Turn A Gundam, the technology on Earth has regressed back to that of the early 20th century, in some cases even to pre-industrial levels. The militia, which is Earth's defense against the invading moon race, had biplanes, jeeps, and tanks as its main war vehicles. However, in certain locations of the world called mountain cycles, ancient mobile suits are buried, protected from the deterioration and decay by regenerative nanomachines called nanoskin. Yeah, Turn A is weird if you haven't
Every time
already
I
guessed
think of
that.
Turn A, all I can think of is just doing
This
a little
just the giant mustache
twist.
on the mobile suit, and like Turn A is just a really weird series and mobile suit Gundam. So these mobile suits are said to be relics from the dark history, and when the first militia mobile suit, the Turn A Gundam, is uncovered from a statue called the White Doll, the militia begins searching through these mountain cycles and discovering more and more mobile suits. These uncovered mobile suits became the backbone of the militia and allowed to produce the war between it and the moon race, which has never lost its mobile suit technology to proceed on a more even scale. Later, the moon race also began searching through mountain cycles on both Earth and the moon, and a menagerie of both low-tech and high-tech mobile weapons from various ages of the Lost Pass are eventually fielded by both sides. All I will say, it's weird.
It's really weird.
It's really weird. Turn A
Funny
is just
enough,
really weird.
the Turn A Gundam's not the only suit from it that's in GB4 because they have the Turn X in there too, which is also ridiculous looking.
Yeah,
But
the
not
Turn X and
quite
the
as
Turn A are
ridiculous.
just weird. Those two mobile suits in general are just weird.
Yes.
I don't use either of them because they don't look particularly good, in my opinion. I don't like the mustache thing. I don't
It
get it.
amuses me. It just
I
amuses me. I
understand it's
can't
kind
lie.
of like a thing with the V fin, but it's just super weird to me. Anyway, we now are in the future century. So in 1994 is Mobile Fighter G Gundam. Mobile suits are very common, much as airplanes as in the early 21st century. Yeah, they're literally everywhere. In G Gundam, like everyone has a Gundam in G Gundam. Their development began even before mankind left Earth for the space colonies. However, what is special about G Gundam's timeline is the presence of advanced mobile suits called mobile fighters. Using the mobile trace system, these mobile fighters mimic the movements of their pilots, making them very effective for close-range martial arts combat. And that's why it's called Mobile Fighter G Gundam. It's literally just martial arts fighting and just giant mobile suits.
Yeah.
That's all it
I
is.
feel like it's the same concept of what they're used for in Witch from Mercury. Just not quite the same
Just in
in
a shonen
practice.
style.
Yeah. It's the same
Like
concept, it's not the same practice.
Mobile Fighter G Gundam is literally just a shonen version of Mobile Suit Gundam. Kind of. Well, I wouldn't say shonen because people die.
Yeah.
People die in
I
this.
mean,
I mean, a lot of them died towards the end. Some of them died in
I mean,
like previously, like is it Neo? Not trying to remember the one that took the constantly like drugged up a lot and then dies.
I can't remember his name.
Which is the Gundam that you think is ridiculous that you use only in the manga? Is it the Tequila Gundam?
Tequila Gundam is one of them. I love Tequila
Yeah.
Gundam, but
That is in Gundam Build Divers, by the way. I think in episode 5, there's a modified Tequila Gundam that fights. It actually fights.
I want a Gunpla Tequila Gundam.
I wouldn't be surprised if there is one.
I have not looked hard yet, but I will find one.
Oh no, they don't have an official
I don't
one.
think there is right now.
No, people made DIY versions of it, but no, there's no official Tequila Gundam. Tequila Gundam is hilarious and it's awesome. It has a
It's so
sombrero.
great.
It's
The
great.
sombrero, it has cactuses on its arms.
Yeah. If you haven't watched G Fighter G Gundam, or Mobile Fighter G Gundam, I highly recommend it. If you like Dragon Ball Z, you would like G Gundam. It's that style. Now there's always like I wouldn't say Sailor Moon. It's you could call it similar to Sailor Moon of style of like them when the fighters get into their Gundams, they go into like a transformation scene kind of a thing. It gets really old really quick, in my opinion.
Only truly Sailor Moon with Noble Gundam.
Yes, Noble Gundam's great. It literally is a Sailor Scout, and it's great. It's fantastic.
So great.
So moving on, we have the Arno Domini. It's our own timeline. However you say our own timelines in Latin.
The year of our Lord, or whatever it is now, BC, BCE. I don't know. They changed.
We're in AD.
It's CE now.
It's CE now.
It's like the Common Era.
Before
the Common Era.
That's new to me. Oh wait, that's BC though, right?
Oh, so there's
BCE?
BCE and there's CE.
Oh, so we're in the correct century.
So AD is CE. just
no,
go
we're in
AD.
the cosmic era now. We're in the cosmic era. Is that what you're telling me?
Yep. Here we go.
What? We're in Gundam Seed territory?
Coming.
What? I just hope there's no colony drops. Anyway, in 2007's Mobile Suit Gundam 00, the Mobile Suit is a technology that can be traced back to the Eulalia Steinberg, who is historically credited as the inventor because of some concepts he introduced were critical to it is related to the orbital elevators, which was also designed by Aurelia. I think that's how you're saying his name. I can't remember. It's been a minute since I watched Double
I
O.
remember.
Because the construction of the elevators spans several different environments, there is a need to develop a machine that could work in these environments. From this requirement, the work loader was born and is given a humanoid form in order to improve its usability, more precisely, the addition of arms and legs. The Solar Power Wars, which involved pro and anti-elevator factions, centered around the production of the orbital elevators. As production of the orbital elevators also required a machine to be able to work in specific environments, the workloader thus evolved into a weapon, such a weapon with a humanoid form called a mobile suit. As time progressed, many military weapons were discarded in favor of mobile suits due to the high performance in many fields, although there is no exception such as the aerial reconnaissance and naval activities. So,
See,
yeah.
this feels like the most realistic timeline to me because it's like we built this thing to help humanity, and
Now we
then it
use
got
it for
turned into a
weapon.
weapon.
Yeah, yeah,
This
exactly. This
feels
is
the
what,
most
and
realistic.
this is why it's in our own timeline.
Yeah.
Mobile suits are typically designed to be in the range of 15 to 20 meters tall. Because of this is the best height range for optimal movement around elevators. Another reason for the effectiveness of mobile suits is the ability to use thick E-carbon armor easily due to their size, which allows them to withstand an considerable weight of the armor. To destroy such armor requires very destructive weapons, and this resulted in the upsizing of weapons, and resulting weapons can only be used by an MS. Thus, the unwritten rule that only mobile suits can defeat mobile suits was born. Yeah, a mobile suit can only defeat a mobile suit. So yeah,
That's
woohoo.
what they just wanted to watch giant robots fight each other.
Yeah, let's be honest.
And so did I.
I mean, fair. One large revolution in mobile suits came from the GN particle technology. Initially, this technology was exclusive to Celestial Being, and the being the big advantage for them, but eventually got into the hands of the world authorities due to a traitor. Initially, these highly advanced suits were kept completely hidden from the public, but eventually the ESF government revealed them, but only those they wanted the public to know about them, still in the restrictive manner. The exact relationship between the GNX and the Gundams is never revealed, which the GNX is just it's just the non-mobile suits that use the GN particles.
Mm-hmm.
Or non-Gundams that are using the GM particles. My bad. And then the mass production of these GM mobile suits was delayed up to 3 years, with the official reason being primarily approval, but the true reason was the greater understanding of GN technology as well as the setting for the production system took time. Other limitations include their incompatibility with current storage/preparation facilities, as well as their high cost. The advent of GN technology also led to some regular mobile suits being equipped with GN technology, such as the MSJ-06 III and A Tarian all-terrain type, and the CBN-GN-003 Union Flag Celestial Being version. By 2360s, most mobile suits models of the early 2300s no longer exist. Yeah. Yep. So, and the last timeline we are going to go over today is the post-disaster mobile suits. So in the post-disaster timeline, mobile suits are large humanoid-shaped mobile weapons that are around 18 meters tall. They are most powerful weapons available to mankind since the Calamity War and preceded the post-disaster era. However, they are also expensive as they require high construction and maintenance costs. Because of this, they are rarely seen or used in current era, except for the use of larger military factions, and even for them having building them in great numbers is prohibitive. They usually make use of a humanoid-shaped frame, and which parts of the systems are installed on top of it. Yeah. And the frames are made out of rare type of metal that is really strong and also used to construct mobile suit class melee weapons. A single frame type can be used in multiple mobile suit designs. They're usually equipped with an Arab reactors and nanolaminate armor, which is the main reasons as why they are as powerful machines. Currently, the development of new mobile suits are primarily dominated by Gallahorn, but in the outer sphere areas, such as the Mars and Jupiter, factions such as Taiwas also have acquired this capability. However, Gallahorn still have a monopoly on the AB reactor production, so the other factions have to rely on scavenge reactor units. And the post-disaster mobile suit timeline is the timeline of Iron-Blooded Orphans. And if I recall, the Gundams in Iron-Blooded Orphans specifically, there's actually a limited number of actual Gundam frames.
Yeah, I think they said there's like 72 frames, I think, but we don't see nearly that many of them.
A Gundam frame list, I'm seeing it here now. There is... Shoot, here, let me see if I can find it. So there's an actual number of the Gundam frame. I think it's around like 70 something. I think it is like 72. It's around that number.
Mhm.
As of post-disaster 323, 26 Gundams are confirmed to be still in existence. As far as what there was before, there were 72 units previously. So there were originally 72 units of the Gundam frame, and as of 323 post-disaster, there are only 26 that are known that are still around. And that includes Barbatos, because Barbatos is obviously, a Gundam. And
yeah, I can only think of a few of them that are. I can only think of a few of the actual Gundams from
there's not
that show, but I'm also not that far into it.
There's not many Gundams. So as far as Gundam frames, at least, we have Gundam Bale, Gundam Gambian, Gundam Barbatos and all its variations, Gundam Gusian, Gundam Zepar, Gundam Astaroth Origin and Astaroth, Gundam Asmodee, Gundam Morris Solius, Gundam Yule, Gundam Hatdinti, Murmur, Grimory, Zagon, Flamos, Chimeras, Seer, Dantillion. I mean, so me saying all these names and you don't like, what the hell is he talking about? All the mobile suit Gundam frames in Iron-Blooded Orphans are named after demons.
And they're great.
Literally, that is what they're named after. They're all these machines were given a name of one of the demons of the Ars Godia.
So I love Gundam Grimory. It's just not in the anime, which makes me sad.
Yeah, and the Ars Godia is the Lesser Key of Solomon. Like, it's a legitimate, demon book. Like, something that exists in our, world.
Right.
So, yeah, that's the mobile suits that I have for this week. So, a lot of fun stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Mobile suits are great. Next week, I'm thinking of possibly going over mobile armors, which would be, a lot of these series have mobile armors, too. They're just buffed up version of mobile suits that always get destroyed by a mobile suit.
It's almost always a villain's thing, and it almost always gets destroyed.
Yeah, and I will say, playing GB4, the amount of mobile armors they added. So I mean, they've only I came across the Big Zom, the I I think that's the mobile armor in Iron Blooded. I can't remember the big one with the claws and like the weird tail thing.
I don't remember which one it is.
We have the mobile armor from MS 8th Team, and we have the Neo Zog. Those are the 4 that I came
I
across
think
so
those are the
far.
4 that I remember of.
Don't spoil me.
I think there's
on,
one more, but I can't think of what it is right now.
Don't spoil me on the ending, because I have a very strong
I will
feeling
not.
there is another mobile like armor, quote unquote, but it's not a mobile armor towards the end of the game.
You'll enjoy the end of the game.
Okay,
It
that's
was a
what I
good
kind
end
of.
the game.
Okay, that's all I need to say. That's all I need to know, because I'm almost done with it. I'm almost done. I'm almost there. I'm off all day tomorrow. I can play it more. Anyway, that's what we have this week. So, with that being said, Jesse, do you have anything else to add for the show, for this episode?
Join our GB4 clan.
Yes, if you're on PS5 specifically. If you're on PS5, join our Discord. We do have a clan for GB4. Come and hang out with us while we play GB4. It's a lot of fan time. I was sad to find out there's no crossplay. I don't know why. There's an easy thing to do for them to do that, but there's no crossplay as of right now. They could implement it later if they really wanted to. They could.
Right.
So, and I'm hoping they do. Because there's no PvP, so I don't know why they don't have crossplay.
It's also a somewhat weird choice, but I can live without the PvP.
Well, no, the thing is, PvP didn't go well in GB3.
No, and it's hard to balance it in a game with so much.
With over 250 kits.
Right. So I get it.
It's kind of hard to do, because there's some busted builds right now, specifically with the heavy mace.
Yeah.
And the atomic bazooka.
Mm-hmm.
People have been like just decimating everything. And I see why.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for listening to the Gundam Lorecast. And signing off, pilots. I'm still working on an outro. So if you're thinking about a cool outro for us, let us know. But we'll catch you later. Thank you for listening to the Gundam Lorecast. You can find us on the Robots Radio Discord at robotsradio.net, the Ben and Friends podcasting Discord, where you can share how you got into the Gundam series, and you can even find us on Twitter at Gundam Lorecast, and even email us at gundamlorecast@outlook.com.